Welcome to the lecture on problem solving on depreciation and depletion. So, in this week we have discussed about this chapter in which we discussed about depreciation and depletion, and we will solve few problems to get us acquainted with the type of problems which we are going to face in these chapters like depreciation and depletion. So, coming to the first problem, suppose you have an equipment and it has a first cost of with P. So, the first cost is 95,000 rupees, and it has basically life of 9 years. So, you are supposed to find the book values, but also it is given that salvage value at the end of its life, that is rupees 5,000. This is the first cost. So, P is first cost. So, this is the usual type of question which you are supposed to get, that you have an equipment, you have purchased an equipment with first cost of rupees 95,000, life is 9 years and salvage value is at the end of its life is 5,000. So, if you are told that find the book value at the end of 5 years, book value at the end of 5 years using straight line method. Now, if you are calculating using straight line method, we know that in the straight line method the amount of depreciation which is there every year will be constant. So, the depreciation amount every year in the case of a straight line will be depreciation per year will be 95,000 minus 5,000 by 9. So, it will be rupees 10,000. So, book value at the end of 5 years be 5, it will be first cost 95,000 minus 5 times the depreciation per year. So, that is 10,000. So, it will be 50,000, 95,000 minus 50,000. So, it will be rupees 45,000. So, this way you can calculate the book value at the end of 5 years. Now, you may be asked, this may be related to question 1, you may be asked to find the book value at the end of 5 years using double declining method. So, find B5, that is book value at the end of 5 years using DDB method. So, if you are told to find the double declining balance method of depreciation, you are told to find the depreciation. So, we know that the life is 9 years. So, using DDB, your rate of depreciation will be 2 times the reciprocal of the life of the asset. So, 1 by 9. So, it will be 0.2222 like that. So, this is your alpha. Now, we know that when we are trying to calculate the book value will be the first cost of the asset 95,000 and 1 minus alpha. So, that is 0.2222 and on the power raised to the power 5. So, this is how you are going to calculate the book value of the asset, and it will be something close to 27,040. So, that way you are going to calculate the book value of the asset using the double declining method of depreciation. Then if you are told to calculate the depreciation, so it will be C, depreciation during 5th year, depreciation during 5th year using DDB. So, using double declining balance method, you want to calculate the depreciation during the 5th year, and we know that in that it was alpha into 1 minus alpha raised to the power 4, and then multiplied by the first cost. So, it will be, so depreciation using the 5th year will be alpha. So, alpha is 0.2223, let us say, then let us say 1 minus 0.2223. So, 2 and you can have raised to the power 4 and then multiplied by 95,000. So, this way you get the depreciation during the 5th year, and if you calculate that, it will be something like 7726 rupees. So, this way you can calculate these depreciation during any year. Suppose you are told to calculate the depreciation during the 5th year using SOYD. Depreciation during 5th year using SOD or SOYD method, sum of years digit method of depreciation, if you are told to calculate. Now, how to calculate in that? So, we know that in the case of the SOYD method, first of all you have to calculate the SOYD. So, SOYD sum of years digit will be 9 into 10 by 2. So, that will be 45. 9 years is the life of the asset. Now, during the 5th year, if you look at, so in the first year it will be 9. So, that way it will move 9, 8, 7, 6 and 5. So, that way you will have the calculation of the depletion, the depreciation charge, and its method is that it will be 9 minus 5 plus 1. So, that way we charge. So, depreciation charge during the 5th year will be 9 minus 5 plus 1, that is 5, by the SOYD. So, SOYD will be 45 and then multiplied by the present value of the first cost of the asset minus its salvage value. So, that is your 90,000. So, it will be 5 by 45 into 90,000. So, you will get it as 10,000. So, using the SOYD method of depreciation, you are getting this depreciation as 10,000 rupees. Now, this is about all these methods of depreciation. Now, if you are told that you have to calculate it using the tax depreciation method, that is MACRS method of depreciation, and you are told to calculate the book value at the end of first year. So, book value at the end of first year using MACRS, and you assume the property to be has the recovery life of recovery period of 5 years. So, it is the 5-year property class. So, we know that in the case of the MACRS, what we do is that we apply the double declining balance method, switching to straight line. So, in the first year anyway the switching is not going to come. So, if it is a 5-year property, then in that case its rate of depreciation will be 0.2, and using the double declining balance method it will be 0.4. So, 40% will be the depreciation in the first year, but since it is a half year convention, so it will be the 20% of the amount. So, you will have depreciation during the first year will be 20% of 95,000. So, it will be 19,000 rupees. So, 19,000 will be depreciation. So, book value, if you calculate, book value will be B1 will be 95,000 minus 19,000. So, it will be 76,000. So, this way we calculate we use the different methods of depreciation and try to calculate the depreciation charges. We will move to the next question. The next question is that they suppose there was an asset is there which is purchased in year 2001. So, that is for rupees 7,50,000, and it has a life of with life of 5 years, and 0 salvage value at the end of its life. So, as you know that asset was purchased year 2001 for rupees 7.5 lakhs, life is 5 years and 0 salvage value at the end of its life. Now, to find accumulated depreciation charges, So, that is you have to find from 2001 between 2001 and end of 2003. So, this you have to find using SOYD. Now, if you find using SOYD method of depreciation, so we know that in the case of SOYD method of depreciation, your SOYD becomes 5 into 6 by 2. So, that is your 15. Then 2001, 2 and 3. So, you have 3 years. So, your depreciation charge D1 to 3 will be 5 plus 4 plus 3 and divided by 15 and into P minus F or C minus S, whatever we can say, the first cost minus the salvage value. So, anyway that is 0. So, it will be 75,000, 7,50,000. So, it will be 12 by 15 multiplied by 7,50,000, and this amount will be, so it will be 4 and 5, and this will be 150,000. So, it will be rupees 6 lakh. So, the accumulated depreciation charges for the asset which has been purchased in year 2001, and from 2001 to 2003 this accumulated depreciation charge is computed to be rupees 6 lakh. How we get that, that is clear. Now, we come to the problem of depletion. Let us say there is a problem which tells that a company purchased a tract of land, has been taken, and for rupees 7 lakh, and in that you have which contained estimated 25,000 usable trees. So, it has purchased the land with 25,000 trees. Now, value of land is 2 lakh rupees 2 lakh. Now, the thing is that in first year it has cut down. So, in the first year 5,000 trees were cut down. Okay. So, now what will be the depletion deduction for the first year. So, depletion deduction will be how much for first year. Now, this is to be calculated. Now, we know that you have 7 lakh rupees value is there for land plus the trees. Now, value of land is 2 lakh and land is not said to be depreciated item, land does not depreciate. So, basically depreciation is only depreciation charge or depletion charge will be only for the trees, and the price for these 25,000 trees will be 5 lakhs. Now, if you take the depletion unit depletion rate for the trees, so unit depletion rate will be 5 lakh plus 5 lakh divided by you have 25,000 trees. So, it will be rupees 20 per tree. Now, if you have cut down 5,000 trees, so for 5,000 trees depletion charge will be rupees, so rupees 20 multiplied by 5,000. So, it will be rupees 1 lakh. So, this way so this is basically the method, that is cost method of depletion calculation, where we know that you have 25,000 trees and you have cut down to 5,000 trees. So, this will be your depletion charge which is allowable or admissible, that is 20 multiplied by 5,000. So, that will be rupees 1 lakh. Similarly, we can have another question. The another question is based on again depletion. So, suppose you have an equipment, so equipment with cost basis of 5,000, 50,000, equipment with cost basis of rupees 50,000. So, you have purchased that equipment, and its salvage value will be rupees 10,000, will be rupees 10,000 if so I mean when replaced after 30,000 hours of use, when replaced after 30,000 hours of use. Now, in this case also you have the instrument which is depreciated because of its use, how many hours of use is being I mean this machine is being subjected to. So, if you take that, so this is a unit of production method of depreciation. Now, in this case depreciation rate per hour. Now, depreciation rate per hour, if you are calculating how much. So, it will be basically you have first cost is 50,000 and its salvage value is 10,000, and that divided by how many hours, 30,000 hours. So, it is basically 4 by 3 per hour of use. So, rupees 1.33 per hour. So, that basically will be the depreciation charge. Now, based on that, if you are told that some hours of operation has been done, what will be the book value? So, if you are told to find the book value, so to find book value at the end of 10,000 hours of use. So, what you do is you will be your first cost is 50,000 minus 10,000 and multiplied by 1.33. So, that way because this is the depreciation for that much hours of use. So, it will be 13,300. So, it will be you can calculate it, it will be 36,700 rupees will be your book value, which will be remaining for such cases. So, this way you can calculate these depreciation charges. Now, we are going to have the question based on amortization method of depreciation, and in that basically we have a question which tells that you have a machine which costs rupees 27,000 with useful life of 10 years. Now, in that and final scrap value or final salvage value is said to be rupees 2,000. Now, in that you have to calculate these annual depreciation charges. So, to calculate annual depreciation charges, now for that, so this we are using this amortization method. So, to construct the depreciation schedule, so and you are given that rate of interest is 8.5% rate of interest. So, we know that in the case of amortization method, we have to take into account this time value of money, and this rate of interest comes into picture to find these depreciation charge per year. So, in this case, as we know that we are given C as 27,000 and S is 2,000, N is 10 years and R is 0.085. So, as we know that we get this depreciation charge, and that will be that is basically being calculated as C minus S into 1 plus R raised to the power minus n, and then you are calculating doing with R. So, this will be 0. So, 0. So, this is basically R divided by 1 minus 1 plus R raised to the power minus n. So, what you will do is you are going to compute that. So, that will be 27,000 minus 2,000 into 1 plus, so 1.085 raised to the power minus 10, and that is being multiplied with 0.085 and divided by 1 minus 1.085 raised to the power minus 10. So, that is what we are going to calculate here. So, this value when it is computed, this comes out to be rupees 3980. So, this is your annual depreciation charge being computed. Now, we are going to calculate the depreciation schedule for this, and for that we make these column where we find these. So, we have one column as year, then we have the annual depreciation, so which we have calculated. So, this is annual depreciation decay that we have computed out to be 3,980. Then we have the interest on depreciation. So, this is basically depending upon the book value, you calculate this based on the percentage rate of interest. So, based on that we are calculating. Then we have the depreciation principle, and we have the accumulated depreciation, and we have book value. Now, if you you can calculate yourself, but we will do one or two for your reference. So, as you move in the 0 year, you have nothing this, and your book value is 27,000. In the end, it has to be 2,000. Now, you come to 1. Now, in this case, annual depreciation charge we have already computed out to be 3980.20. Now, what we have to see is that this is your if you take this as 1, this as 2, this as 3, this as 4, this as 5, and this as 6. So, the annual depreciation charge we have already computed. Now, interest on depreciation, this will be nothing but whatever book value we have, that will be multiplied with the rate of interest. So, it will be nothing but it will be 6 multiplied by R, that is 0.085. So, here it is 27,000, and if you multiply it with 0.085, it will be 2295. So, you will have 2295 here. Now, depreciation principle, it will be nothing but it will be 2 minus 3. So, it will be 2 minus 3. So, you have to you have to subtract this minus this. So, it will be coming out to be 1685.20. So, this is your accumulated depreciation at this stage. This will be 1685.20, and your book value will be subtracted. So, it will be basically this much minus 5. So, this will be C minus 5. So, this is C minus, it will be 5, whatever you calculate, that amount will be calculated subtracted. So, you are getting 25314.80. So, that is how you are going to calculate this depreciation schedule. Now, you can go to the second year. Now, in the second year, this amount is anyway constant. Now, the interest on depreciation, it will be basically 8.5% of this amount, that is 6 into R is 0.085. So, this amount will be 2151.76, and then once you calculate 2 minus 3. So, this amount will be coming out to be 1828.44. So, now that will be added. So, the accumulated depreciation will be the addition of this. Now, that will be 3513.64, and your book value will be 27,000 minus 3513.64. So, it will be 23,486.36. So, that is how your the depreciation schedule will go, and you have to calculate these depreciations. So, further you can go for the third year, and in the third year again you are going to get this 3980.20. So, now in this year again you have to calculate this interest on depreciation, that will be 8.5% of this amount. So, that will be 1996. So, it will be 1996, then this is 0.34, and this minus this will be further 1983.86, and accumulated depreciation charge will be further addition of this. So, 3513 plus 1983. So, it will be 5497.50. So, that will 27,000 minus 5496.50, that will be again 21502.50. So, this way it will move, and in the 10th year if you do, In the 10th year again it will be 3980.20. In the 10th year it comes out to be 468.49. Then it will be coming as 3511.71. This will be coming as 25,000 and this will be coming as 2000. That is what you get as the final salvage value at the end of the 10th year. You are getting this 2000 as the book value of the asset. So, this is the depreciation schedule in the case of amortization method of the depreciation, and this should be practiced. You can practice for more and more problems and get more and more acquainted with the calculations of the depreciation schedule and depreciation amounts, so that it will help you deal with such questions when they are coming in front of you. Thank you very much.